Hey guys, it's CJ, and I suck. I know I do, and I'm so sorry. I really haven't been feeling good like the past 4 days, and I know I was supposed to upload on Sunday. I keep telling you guys I'm gonna upload on Sundays, and I just haven't been keeping up with that, and I am so sorry. I genuinely feel terrible about it, because I know you guys look forward to seeing these videos, and I need to do better. So I am going to commit, and even if I don't feel good, I'm still gonna film, because I know you guys want to see this content. And today I have for you guys a story time. So I'm going to be telling you guys about the time I found a drunk dude passed out in my front yard at my old house. And I was genuinely terrified at first because I didn't know who he was at all. I just walked outside to smoke a cigarette because I used to smoke, and this dude's just laid out in my front yard and not moving. So I freaked out. So I'm gonna explain that to you guys, and I also do want to say that I am very excited because I am featured on a podcast interview with a podcaster, YouTuber, and streamer named Tazwhole, and I will have all of his information linked in the description box down below so you guys can go follow him and see his content, because this dude is so funny and he just puts out amazing videos, and he also talks to other YouTubers, so I just think it's absolutely incredible what he does. So like I said before, I'll leave his information down below so you guys can go check him out. And without further ado, let's get to the story time, because it was a wild ride for me. Now, this happened about 2 years ago when I was living in my old house, and like I said before, I used to smoke cigarettes, so I would go outside and have a cigarette. And one particular time when I did go outside for one, I found this guy drunk, maybe, I don't know, on drugs, I'm not sure. I mean, he's just passed out in my yard. I have no idea who this man is. He looked homeless, and just, it was so weird. And I'm such an asshole. I walked down my porch steps and walked over to him, and I kicked him, and I said, "What the fuck are you doing? Get up, get out of my yard. I don't know who you are. Why are you laying in my yard?" And he didn't really respond when I kicked him. He kind of just like grumbled a little bit, and God, the light went out. I'm sorry. It's kind of dark out here. Luckily for me, I do have a little bit of light. I apologize. Yeah, so I kicked him and he didn't get up, and there just so happened to be this car. I'm sorry, I need to just do this. Okay, there we go. They drove by and they noticed what was going on, and they stopped and they said, "Do you know that guy?" I said, "Absolutely not. I have no idea who this is. I just came outside my house and he was laying in my front yard." So while they were trying to get him up out of my yard, I freaked out, I panicked, and I called the cops. I was genuinely scared. I didn't know what would happen if he just happened to wake up, if he would freak out and try to like harm someone. So I called the cops, and when they showed up, he started responding, and it blew me away because this cop is trying to talk to him while he's leaning against this fence that I had in front of my house, trying to get himself up, and he just kept falling over, and the cop's just standing there looking at him and then looking at me like, "What the hell is this?" I'm like, "I don't fucking know. I just found him there." So he eventually gets up and he starts like walking, but like, you know how when you're really fucked up from a late night of drinking, you like wobble around and you almost fall over with every step you take? That's what this guy was doing. And he eventually made it to the other side of the drive-in from where I lived and fell over again. And by that time, a paramedic had showed up, a fire truck came over. I'm like, okay, you know, this isn't that big a deal. I just wanted to get this guy out of my yard because I was scared. And after he stumbled to the other side of the drive-in. The cop followed him over there, and I'm like, why hasn't he, like, been taken into the cop car and away from my neighborhood? I don't know. So the cop follows him over there and asks him, like, are you on drugs? Like, did you have anything to drink? And he said, no, I'm fine, no, I'm fine. And he fell asleep again. And at this point, the paramedics are trying to get him up. They're trying to test him, see if he's okay. And out of freaking nowhere, his eyes just shoot open, and he gets up and he says, I am absolutely okay. I'm completely fine. I'm sorry to have bothered anyone. And then he just walks away. How the hell? I don't understand. I was freaking out. I'm like, okay, there's a random dude passed out in my yard. Is he dead? Like, is he on drugs? Is he drunk? I don't know. And then about 20 minutes of trying to get this guy to stand up, he finally just gets up and walks away. And the cop just looks at me like, well, he seems fine. I mean, he didn't cause any harm to anyone. He didn't physically assault anybody. And I was like, that's why I called you, because I didn't know if he was gonna do that or not. And he was acting like he was out of it. So that's why I needed you guys here. I didn't know it was gonna happen. And the cop basically just told me, like, realistically, you didn't need to call us. And I'm like, okay, you're just being an asshole now. So that was that story. And to this day, when I think about it, I'm just like, what the fuck even happened? It was insane to me. That I just don't understand how you, from 1 minute, you can go from, like, being completely under the influence of something to 20 minutes later being completely okay. I mean, I don't know what happened to him. I don't know what he was doing. I don't know what... He had to have been on drugs. I thought he was drunk at first when I first saw him in my yard. No, he was not drunk. He was on drugs. He had to have been. There is not a day in my life where I've ever seen a drunk person pass out in a yard twice and then get up and walk away like they're completely fine. I don't know. So that's that story. I know it was really short, but it was crazy to me that that even happened. I mean, imagine walking outside your house one day and then this dude just fucking is laying in your yard. How do you react to that? I think I reacted fine. I mean, I might have overreacted a little bit with calling cops, but at the same time, you never know what the hell they're gonna do. So, if he was on drugs, you don't know what's going through his head. You don't know if he's gonna feel threatened by me trying to get him out of my yard. So, who the fuck knows, dude? I don't. I mean, it was 2 years ago, but I think about it now and I'm just like, that's absolutely crazy to me. If you are ever drinking by yourself and you don't have a car and you just start randomly walking around somewhere, just please call an Uber or something, a Lyft, anything, taxi, a friend. I don't know. Don't pass out in someone's yard. I don't know. It was so stressful for me. Like, that was probably the longest 20 minutes ever for me. And that was the worst time I have ever had to deal with the police. I usually don't have to. I have a couple times, but that was the worst time I have ever had to do that. I don't want to do it again. So yeah, that is my story time for today. The drunk guy, drugged out guy, I don't know, who was passed out in my yard. And I really hope that never happens again. And so I'm at a loss for words for that one. It was just completely insane to me. I know I keep saying that, but oh my god. It was so weird. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know that this one is pretty short today, but it was a very short story time, and I don't really have any other updates for you guys other than I will be uploading in the next couple days with another story time, and that one will be about maybe, you know what, I'm not gonna say anything because it's kind of a touchy subject because of what was going on. I'll think about it, maybe I'll post it, maybe I won't, maybe I'll do another Reddit story, maybe I'll do a paranormal story from one of you guys. Just let me know in the comments what you want to see. If you want to know that story time that I was just talking about, let me know and I'll tell it, but I'm giving you a warning right now. This guy was... I don't think there's a word to describe how much of an asshole this dude was, but I might tell that story. Just let me know in the comments if you want to see it, and I'll also have all my social media accounts linked down below because I also do post on there. I want to hear your thoughts and opinions on this story time. What do you guys think happened? Was he drunk? Was he on drugs? Was he dying? I don't know. So stay tuned for this Sunday because I will be posting this Sunday with that story time. And with that, I hope you guys have a wonderful night, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So stay spooky. Bye.